So in this particular figure, what you are seeing is the back of the patient from the side. When I say back, I should say spinal cord of the patient. So you are standing on, say, patient's left side. You are seeing the patient's body from the left side, standing on the left side of the patient, and you are seeing the spinal cord of the patient. So these are the vertebrae. This is the spinal cord, and these are the spinous processes. So spinous processes is something which you can feel in your back as you press down in the center of your back. Press down slowly and see, slide down your fingers and see the kind of a indentation followed by bony protrusions. So this is indentation, this is bone, this is kind of a gap between two bones. Again, there is a bone, there is a gap, again, there is a bone, there is a gap, again, there is a bone. Okay, so those are the spinous processes. This side is the patient's front, this side is the patient's back. You are standing on the left side of the patient. So this is the anterior area, this is the posterior area of the patient. Okay, so these are the vertebrae, and now these vertebrae are, these are the lumbar vertebrae. Lumbar vertebrae are one of the biggest vertebrae in the body. This is L1, this is L2, this is L3 and L4. So these lumbar vertebrae are named L1 to L5, and what you are currently seeing is the L3 and L4, which are marked here. The reason why these are marked is because this is the area, this is the region which is used for spinal and epidural anesthesia, for spinal cord anesthesia as well as epidural space anesthesia. So these two procedures are done between L3, L4 vertebra, or in the lumbar region to be more specific. So this is a spinal cord which is running down the bony holes or bony areas in the spinal cord. This is a spinal cord. Now in the spinal cord, if you notice carefully, there is a yellow region, then followed by there is a white outlining, and there is a blue outlining. Okay, and at the end you will also see a pink outlining. So yellow, white, blue, pink. Okay, now the reason I'm pointing this out is to understand where the anesthesia goes. Okay, anesthetic agent goes. So this is the spinal cord, the yellow part. It runs down from the top to the bottom of the body, and the outer covering, which is a pink covering, just inside the pink covering there is a space. Now this particular space is called as epidural space. Why this is called as epidural space is because the blue colored thing, the blue colored membrane is the dura mater, or this is the covering for the spinal cord. It protects the spinal cord from any external injuries or any indentations which are non-physical. So something which minor wear and tear is covered by this dura mater. So dural covering. Outside the dural covering is the epidural space. This is a space between this pink color membrane and this dura mater, which is a blue color membrane. In between this, there is a space. This space is called as epidural space, used for epidural anesthesias. Okay. Now, once you penetrate the dura mater, once you penetrate the dural tissue, you go inside the dura, which is basically a subarachnoid space. Now, this whitish area is a subarachnoid space. Now, this subarachnoid space you use for your spinal anesthesia. So, epidural anesthesia is put outside the dura mater, which is a blue colored membrane. For this figure, it is a blue colored. In reality, obviously, everything in body is either whitish or pinkish. So, in reality, this actually in human anatomy, in human body, this blue color is actually a white colored membrane, but for the sake of illustration, this is colored blue so that you understand what is the difference. Okay, so that's an epidural space outside the blue colored dura mater. Inside the dura mater there is a white color space. This space is used for subarachnoid or spinal anesthesia. Okay, so that's pretty much from this figure. I hope this made more sense to you. Let's see more details. Now, if we move on to much more detail about what are the different types of regional anesthesias. Remember, I said regional anesthesia have variety of types, right? So it has epidural, spinal, nerve block, regional, ganglionic block. All those different types are there in the regional anesthesias. Let's see the major types. Now, most of the regional anesthesias, this this is used for surgeries below the belly button. So surgeries which are below the belly button, which is the umbilicus, for that particular region, anatomic region, the regional anesthesia is used. Again, the part which is below the belly button, the anatomic areas below the umbilicus, those are the regions for which the regional anesthesia is used. Okay, that's how to remember. So if I want to give you a broader